to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, welcome back. I do want to start by apologizing because I know I said before that I will try to record a video at least once a week, but to be honest, I have been busy with work, being a mom, my kids' birthdays being this month, back to school, summer, swimming, just everything. I've just been really busy, and like I said before, I don't want to record videos or have my kids overhear what I speak about. So it's kind of been hard to find time, to focus on making these videos. Um, but I definitely wanted to come back and touch base and speak with you guys because I'm in a few Facebook groups and I've just been asked a few questions, and I wanted to speak on those questions and just get those answers out. And also, thank you guys for the support. Like, share, comment, just let's keep this going. And, also, guys, as much as you're sharing this video, we are also helping other people who may have questions or need it out on their situations. So definitely share. So let me think. So just to hop right in, one of the main questions that I've been recently asked is, how did I cope? A lot of people who go through things seem to gravitate towards drinking or smoking, and I did not. Now, not saying that I was just the best person to cope or I was just so strong or so good. That's not the case at all. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I was. And to be honest, I didn't cope at all. I lost so much self-respect for myself in the midst of everything that I just didn't care anymore. To be blunt, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about anything, including myself. So I had no ambition or no drive to cope. I just lived my life. I partied. Yeah, I drunk here and I, was drinking here and there because I was a teenager or in my early 20s after everything had went on. But I didn't have anything that I turned to other than becoming promiscuous. Now, I've made a lot of mistakes in that field, a lot. And I don't regret anything, but when I look back, it's just like, really? Because of the fact that I did not respect myself, I did so much stuff with people that I shouldn't have. And at that time, I didn't care. And also, I did it because of the fear of saying no was no longer an option for me because of everything that I have been through. I just kind of went along with things because I would rather kind of be semi-okay with things than have it taken from me again and again and again and again. And I was often put in situations where I was left alone with men because I was with friends and they were with men and I was the friend of the friend, or men would spend a night where I was, or we would go out, or different things, And I always had in the back of my head that I knew at the end of the day what they wanted. And I put myself in a position, but it was like I was never fearful. I was never scared because I've already been molested. I've already been raped. So what's the worst that can happen? So I just kind of went along with things. I didn't really decide to change or I guess cope or figure it out until I first had my daughter. When I had my daughter in 2012, when I was 23, I had to change a lot because I didn't want my daughter coming into, a lifestyle that I was living. I didn't want my daughter to be around different men. I didn't want my daughter to see different things. So that's what kind of prompted me to change was my daughter. And to full blown be different was my son in 2017. As far as my daughter goes, once I had my daughter, I just couldn't have her around different things and different men and just everything that I was doing, I could no longer do. So that pushed me to be a woman. That pushed me to learn myself. And that pushed me to be different because I had to teach my baby different. I didn't want my daughter to grow up to be a hoe or whatever you want to call it. So I couldn't live my life like that, And then when I had my son, after having my son, I just went through so much that I ended up losing so much weight. I had went down. I've always been a small person, but I had lost so much weight. I think I was 93 pounds when I finally looked in the mirror and just broke down and cried. And I just told myself, like, you can't do this anymore. You can't fight these fights or, endure this battle anymore. And I just continued to look in that mirror and cry. And it just made me stronger to see me weak. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but that's what helped me. And a lot of times people can't face themselves. It's not about the world or society or what anybody thinks about you. It's facing yourself. And what I like to tell people is, when you're going through something, sit in front of a mirror. How I'm sitting in front of this camera today, I can't see you guys watching this video. Yes, you can comment, but only person I see is myself. So you have to be able to face yourself. And once you face yourself and you can break down to yourself, that's when you'll fix yourself. You won't be able to fix your mentality, your heart, your soul until you can face yourself and admit what's wrong. And that's what I had to do. I had to admit what was wrong with me. I had to accept what I went through. I had to accept, what was going on. And I don't hate him for what he did to me. I don't hate anyone, because hating someone will take more out of you than just trying to fix yourself and move on with your life. And when I went to fix myself and move on with my life, I began breaking down everything that was wrong with me. Why am I so angry? Why am I so loving? Why am I so freely with men? Why am I this? Why am I that? And every time I face it, and I still do it now, every time I face something in the mirror, every time I face something with myself, that is the only way that I will fix it. That is the only way that I can fix it. So what I say that to say, back then, I didn't know any better. And I couldn't help myself. But once I learned myself and I learned where I messed up, where Kiana fucked up, that's when I was able to fix everything. That's when I was able to grow. That's when I was able to develop me again. And to all of you that have been through anything, that's been molested, that's been hurt, that's been beat by men, that's been spit on, drug, anything, you have to look in the mirror and face yourself and ask yourself, why are you allowing these things? Why are you keeping these things quiet? What is it that you want? Or what is it that you're getting? Because until you fix yourself, your mind, your soul, and your heart, you're not going to be able to get out of the situation. Whether it's over or if you're still going through it. Because if it's over, your mind is still in that situation. And you have to heal before you can move forward. It's not an overnight process. So don't look at me on this camera and think, ooh, I want to be like her. Or, ooh, how is she doing this? It took me from being 10, 11 years old to being, I had my son in 2017. So he's going to be 4. I think I was 28 or 29 when I finally figured it out. 10 to 29. That's a long time to be messed up. So don't think for a second that your process is taking too long, or don't think this is an overnight process, because it took me so very long to figure me out. Now, another question that I've been asked is, how do I tell? And that's hard to answer because everybody's situation is different. Every person is different. For some people, just speaking out and saying, hey, this is going on to me is easy. Some people are like, I can't do it. And that was me. I was a I can't do it type person. Now me, the way that I did it was to write a letter. And I tell people to try that because it's not a verbal face-to-face thing. It's you're writing. So your thoughts are going into a paper first. And it's hard because you're going to reread it and reread it and reread it. But you can fold that paper up, and whomever you want to speak to, just hand them that paper. And you can walk away. You can stand there and watch them read it. You can do whatever the case is, but you don't have to verbally express to them and watch them take in what you're saying, because that is very, very hard. What I would say is, if you are having a hard time telling someone, whether it's happening now or rather it's happened previously, try writing it. It doesn't have to be a full letter. It doesn't even have to be a full paragraph. Just try writing it out. Even type it in your phone. Go to memos and type it in your phone. And as you, continue to go on and get out what you want to say, just type a memo. Just type a memo. Or if you're better, just write a line. If you need breaks, take a break and come back to it. That's what worked for me, and I will recommend that. No matter how old you are, I think that is just easier, than expressing verbally, this is what has happened to me. And I would say definitely just give that a try. Just writing it out. And another question that I received is about counseling. Me personally, I went to counseling twice. I chose not to do counseling because of the fact that I just simply wasn't ready for it. I was ordered to do counseling from DCFS, but because I was 17, I kind of had a choice to do it or not to do it. When I went into counseling, they wanted to backtrack a lot of things, and I just wasn't ready to face everything that had went on to me, and I wasn't ready to talk about it or speak about it at that time, especially the fact of losing my little brother. Would I recommend counseling? Yes. Do I honestly think that I should do counseling. Eventually, I plan on doing it. I just still don't know about speaking about it to someone else, which is weird because I'm sitting in front of a camera and I'm speaking about it to a lot of someone else's. But to sit in front of someone and kind of do a one-on-one, going just down a path of everything that I've been through and what I've done and just a lot of things, I just don't think that I'm at that point yet. And that's just being 100% honest. And I mean, to just do that, that's just not a step. I'm just not there yet. And I don't know when that will be. But if you feel like counseling is for you, give it a try. I tried it when I was 17 and it wasn't for me. And over the years, I've just have not made the time for it. I can't even say I haven't had time because I make time for what I want. I just haven't made the time for it. And I just don't know if I'm ready for that. Do I want to try again? Yes. But every time I make the appointment, I just get scared again. And I'm like, maybe not yet. So definitely, if you're wondering if that's for you or if that will work for you, try it. You never know until you try. And I know I need to take my own advice and try it again as an adult. And definitely plan on doing that. But I want to say, I didn't do counseling. I didn't make it to this point with counseling, but everyone is different. So try it. Try different things. Try everything that you can just to be a better you. This is a hard thing to overcome. It's an obstacle course. It's a trial and error. You never know, what's going to work. Some things will make you feel worse. Some will make you feel better. Monday, you might feel good. Thursday, you may not feel good. Friday, you may cry. It's just kind of balancing everything. You have to learn how to balance everything from your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, your anger. And once you can balance everything, that's how you just overcome it all. It's not that I am okay or that I forget what I've been through. I'm just able to balance, my thoughts about it. I'm able to balance my battles with life, and I'm able to balance just different things. And that's just what it's about. You have to, learn a different mindset and have a different mentality because you've been through something so painful, so hurtful, so disgusting, so nasty. And you just have to learn how to bottle that all up and not let that drag you down for the rest of your life, because it will if you allow it to. We've allowed this to hurt us for far too long that we have to get us back. And that's why I'm making these videos, because I just want to help us be our normal. I just want to help us get back to being us before we went through these things. Rather we were little kids, adults, rather it was yesterday. I just want to be able to help us get back to normal. And another thing I would recommend is joining these Facebook groups. There are a lot of people in there, men and women, that share their stories. It's not that many men, but you know, if you are a man and you are watching this, definitely there's nothing wrong with you, and speak out as well. But definitely try joining these Facebook groups. I do try to share my YouTube channels in them, but a lot of times the groups don't allow you to share, you know, outside groups or YouTubes and things like that. So a lot of times I get blocked and deleted. But I will definitely say join these groups. You will see stories and you will meet people, and it's kind of a breath of fresh air to know so many people understand you. Not that they went through what you went through, because I mean, let's be real, nobody likes to know someone was molested or someone was raped. But to have so many people understand you is just a breath of fresh air, because you're not alone. And just understand you're not alone. And I definitely thank you guys again for, you know, sticking in there with me and watching my videos and the comments, the concerns, the love and everything. And do have to go get my kids. So, you know, I just wanted to come on here, like I said, and just speak with you for a while. And if you have any more questions, comments, concerns, anything, just reach out to me and I will be back. I'm going to try to make another video sooner than a week and a half to 2 weeks. But again, subscribe, share, like, and you guys take care and love yourselves. Bye.